Hey, how you doing tonight? How is everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Bonk! Thanks for the massage. You're welcome. I was gonna, since like the conversation had turned to booba massage. I was like, maybe hobo would be like that, so it was just a regular massage. Who's here? So, Drock, hello. Plant Sky, welcome. Tuz, welcome. Hobo, Ayami, heck. What the Ahty doing? Thought you'd start the stream and not get beamed. I might have made a critical error. I yet again forgot to get into the queue, and I'm just logging into Final Fantasy right now, so it might be a critical error on my part. Let's see. How bad did I screw up, chat? How bad did I screw up? How bad? How bad is it? Not bad at all. Even better than yesterday. Man, it feels so good to be back. Holy crap. 36. This is on Excalibur. Last week, this was in the thousands. This pleases me. So, in case all y'all were wondering and haven't seen it yet, Square Enix... See, that's super fast. I love it. Square Enix announced that they're going to resume game sales on the 25th. I'm really stoked about that. So, once they do, my hope is that Jaster will start like playing a lot, and while we're streaming, hopefully they will have a duty pop or two, so we could a bunch of us could help them out getting through some duties and stuff. And I think that would be super fun. Jaster's never played before. Well, he has. He's been playing recently, but this is the first time through. And you know, this is a person who was very, very into WoW. And for him to mention Final Fantasy every day that we work together, it just actually really says a lot. It pleases me that he's enjoying the game, comparing it to a game that he has subbed to and played for years upon years. So... Yes. So I began my investigations today, since like everyone, you know, especially Tozu and Hobo, were so generous yesterday with like subs and tips and bits and all that stuff. I have begun looking at some folks to do more emotes for us. One person in particular, I have yet to contact them, but I think Amanda, Sweet Star Designs, is a good person to contact about that, as well as Willow's Eve. Also, I'm pleased to report that we were approved for follower emotes, so I'm going to commission a bunch of those too. Alright, let me reply to Pedro real quick in text. see. No worries. Thank you so much for everything. Good luck with the rest of your stream. You're doing great, in all caps. Perfect. All right. Let's do the thing. So when we wrapped up yesterday, we were helping an elephant-shaped person with selling some product and stuff because they had extra fish. We successfully sold some fish to one person, but failed the others. But I'm just pleased that we got one. Lots of people make it through that quest and are not able to sell anything. But yeah, elephant-shaped person, just like this. So we're gonna go talk to some extras. So yeah, like on the horizon, we're gonna have a heckin' ton of emotes. A ton. And I still need to figure out what to do about the animated emote slots. So we have 4 animated emote slots. We have 5 regular emote slots available. We have 5 follower emote slots available. So yeah, things are going to get pretty crazy. I'm really excited about it. Mayhap, owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced here than in Neorzia. What, a twerk emote? That would be interesting. I could do that right now. I could just make that the butt out of that Infinity Tail one. I could make that vibrate. That would be interesting. There you are. Gotten over the aether sickness, have you? I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. I'm going to turn down my mic gain just a little bit so I don't top out quite so much. There we go. I see. We also heard the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think it would be to such an extent. If I seem a little bit quiet, y'all, I can turn the mic gain back up. I just don't want to get into the red too much with the mic. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Talaferoi. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch? Yes, you would do something like that. Nice. Mayhap owing to the... Oh, he already read that to me. That's fine. Let's see. That Matsya fellow you were helping, he's Arca Sodara, is he not? Apparently 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? Ooh, that's a good point. If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arca Sodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Achiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Alright, before I go, I'm gonna tie up some of the side quests here. Yeah, look at these shadows. This is an MMO, by the way. Just some of the stuff they do in this game is just, it blows my mind. Like the light, like this light beam. I forget what this is called. It's like it's almost like a lens flare almost. But this is stuff you don't see typically in an MMO that's charging $15 a month. That's incredible. And yeah, you see these too? Like when I move the camera, all the little beams of light passing through that fence on the top of that building, that's just crazy. I'll stop. I'm gushing about technology. Oh, you look fierce, are you? Can you help me find my sister? She went off to hunt Sotormurg, so she could make me chicken tikka. She's so brave, but she's been gone for quite some time. I've never strayed far from the gates, and those beasts look so frightening. She shouldn't be far. Can you find her for me? She has red hair, and she looks so elegant in her hunting garb. She set off to the northwest. I'll be waiting here if you come back. I'll be waiting here for you to come back. It really is. It really is way over the top. And the thing is, like, playing it, I so appreciate that. I appreciate that attention to detail. Yeah, like right here. The sun coming through the trees. That attention to detail and just the fit and finish on the game in the first place is just incredible. Gosh, in this place, I love the purple hues in the mountains and stuff, and on the hills. Ooh. That's a chunky boy. Oop, there she is. Quiet, you. I'm lying in wait. Can't you see? What is it? My sister? Oh, she does worry after me so. I apologize for her imposition. Today is her name day, and I wanted to do something special for her. So much has gone wrong as of late, and she's managed to always keep a smile on her face. I thought that Sotormurg would be simple prey, but now that I've seen one up close, I can barely bring myself to move. I've never been so afraid, truth be told. But you look as if you've never known fear. You could make quick work of the Sotormurg. I'm having a hard time tonight, sorry. I'm certain. If you don't mind, could you slay the animal for me? I've already set the traps, so one should be along soon enough. Without their meat, I can't hope to make the chicken tikka that my sister so adores. Please, if not for me, then do it for her. There we go. That was an inspiring display. Were you able to procure its meat? Indeed. Ah, this is the most delicious part. Thank you, thank you. You must let me repay you for your bravery. Please, meet me near the city gates, where I told my sister to wait. I do hope she hasn't wandered off. Oh, this place is really pretty. There's the brave traveler. Thank you for finding my sister. She said you took down that Sotomurg in a single blow. It is your name day, after all. Thank you. The memories of us gathering around the table as a family over a homemade feast are among my fondest. Our parents have gone to Radzet Han to find work. Seeing as how there is none to be found here since the tower appeared, they've sent word they'll return for this little one's name day. I want them to arrive to a feast rivaling the ones from before, and thanks to you, they will. Please, take this for all you've done to give our family a memory we can cherish. Yeah, Hobo, yeah. I mean, it's really breathtaking. It just is. I think there's one more over here. There's a blue quest there. You there. I take it by the hunger in your eyes that you're in search of work. As luck would have it, I'm in need of assistance and have the coin to make it worth your while. I like the sound of that. Usually I'd haul these goods ashore myself, but today my back doesn't seem amenable to the prospect. If you could help an old merchant out, I reckon we can both go to sleep tonight satisfied. Hey Gabe, how you doing? What the Gabe doing? Ah, very good, very good. I've marked on the map where the crates are to be delivered. Careful now, the fruits inside bruise easily. Give me a shout once you're done, and we'll see about getting you paid. Deliver the crate of fruit to the designated location before the time runs out. You will have 2 minutes to complete the task. Should you fail, return to the starting location and begin anew. Okay? Oh, I got the crate already. Where is the location? Oh, there we are. Maybe I'm not supposed to run. I hope me running isn't gonna be bad. There we go. Perfect. Whoever did the coding for the rotating aetheryte platforms needs a reward of some sort. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I could stand here for, like, an hour just watching that. It's just, there's just something really calming about watching that aetheryte move. There's just something very zen about it. King Pine Martin, welcome! How are you? No crate in your hands, eh? I take that means your task is done. Good job. That particular shipment was packed to the brim with this region's finest fruits. Owing to this region's insufferable heat, they're sweeter than any other I've ever tasted. Ah, yeah, indeed, Hobo. I am a lot better than I have been, feeling alright. How are you? How are you? Ahty, ahty, ahty. I'm doing pretty good, actually. Today was kind of a lazy day. And I really didn't get much done. But, you know, I think that, you know, I spent a lot of time today, since a lot of folks in the stream yesterday were so generous. I spent a lot of time looking at artists and just kind of figuring out who I wanted to commission for certain things. And I also looked at proper streaming mics too. I was meant to deliver them to a client of mine in Limsa Laminsa. Actually, before I go with that, you know, and Pine, just saying, like, I really hope you're okay. I mean, like, my DMs on Discord or wherever you can find me are always open for you. So if you ever wanted to chat about stuff, I mean, my door is always open for you. I mean, that almost goes without saying. But sometimes people need a reminder. But no sooner had I set sail than I received word that my goods were no longer needed. A damned shame, but how they're resting under the shade, at least they won't go to waste. That's life, eh? Sometimes the wind is at your back, sometimes you're left floundering, and other times you're stuck in bed on a beautiful day because your back is having none of it. Yeah, that's a mood. But I tend to find that fortune smiles upon those with patience, as they did today when I saw you strolling along the docks. Any road, here's your payment for a job well done. Till next we meet. Yep, we're very early Endwalker. We just got to... We're in Thavnair now, and we just got here last night. Now I'm doing my best to tie up, like, a lot of the, like, side quests in each area before we move on to the next one. So it's going to take probably a little bit longer than usual. It is mainly just sickness and stress getting on me, but it should be okay. Thank you so much for letting me know, though, and I will keep it in mind if I ever need to talk. Same goes with you, Ahty. If you need to talk, you can always shoot me a message on Discord or Twitter. Okay. I mean, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. And what's this one? Why are there Matanga everywhere? Has this town fallen? Uh-oh. Ah, your face. It is known to me. You were the warrior who fought for the Maul and the Nadam. I am Ogul of the Katiyin. It was your bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I have foolishly blundered into a den of Matanga. Why do these others walk without fear? Do they not know if they are slaughtered? These Matanga are not like those on the Azim steppe. I do not doubt your word, but grandmother would always warn me, if you encounter a Matanga, you turn tail and flee, as fast and as far as you can. Her tales were awful and bloody, and so now, the very sight of them, the terror rises unbidden. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this nightmare island as soon as possible. I beg of you, stay at my side for a time, just until I meet with this Kankana person the sailors told me about. She is said to have work that pays a fair wage, so I will see what she has for me. Ah, Hyena Bangs! Welcome, and I hope you are heckin' well yourself. Would it be a good idea to mention that there's an incredibly heavy thing that happens in a later zone? As long as there's no more detail than that. Like, no spoilers. Not saying that you would ever spoil it. But yeah. So, how much you want to bet that this Matanga that she's talking about, or this person that she's talking about, is a Matanga herself? That's going to be interesting. Let's see what this questy is all about. From a distance, I thought you to be a fishmonger. But now that I behold you up close, it's clear you don't hail from these parts. Odd as your garments are, however, I can tell they're made for hard work. Lucky for you, I have just the task. I mean to make a necklace for an acquaintance of mine, but my design calls for shells pulled from the vicious cachapa. As fine a crafter that I am, I'm afraid hunting is quite outside of my wheelhouse. If you'd do the rough work in my stead, you would be well compensated for your time, and have my undying gratitude besides. I require 2 shells from the hunking beasts. A simple feat for one such as you, surely. There's Nugs. Let's go, buddy. Ah, I see. Okay, there's one. And there's 2. Thankfully, the gathering quests do not take a long time. Oops, this is where I need to go. Perfect. Here we go. I see you've been busy. Do you have the shells? I do. Ah, yes, yes. These are just what I seek. I mean to present my necklace to a woman with very discerning tastes. So I thank you for choosing shells of such high quality. She collects and assesses taxation in Thavnair, and her duties often bring her to this very port. We've become quite close over the past few moons. Only a few days ago, she sent me a charm to ensure my good health and fortune. My spirits were much invigorated, for it symbolizes her deep trust in me. I've heard tell these are shared among siblings to express their love for one another. It's customary to send a gift in return, so I had it in mind to craft a... Siblings? Siblings? Ah, is that how she thinks of me? I was certain it was something altogether different, but now that I say it aloud, I suppose I can still be happy with this arrangement. I'll look over her as a brother would his beloved sister. Keep her safe from harm, yes. Any road, I promised you recompense, didn't I? Here, you've earned it. Alright, now to finish up the other one. So the other one that I'm headed to before the MSQ quest is this stepchild one, way up top there. Oh hey, I should knock out MSQ. Well, yeah, I mean that's one of the things I'm doing, but I'm just trying to take it slow also, and do these side quests because they add flavor to the MSQ. It does Astrologian, HW Relic, and Vanu Vanu quests. That's one thing I haven't done, is the Relic stuff. And I think I probably should do that with Endwalker here, too. Oh, here's Ogul. By the Dusk Mother, no one told me Karkana was a Matanga. See, I told you. Could I ask you to speak to her with her in my stead? Welcome to Yedlamad, traveler. I'm Kankana, and it is my job to assign the right work to the right workers. Might I have your name? Ahty, and Ogul, was it? Let me jot those down. Oh, grandmother, why? Why did it have to be a Matanga? Is your companion quite alright? An understandable reaction. The Gajasura tribe have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can since the troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you could do? Fighting? I can fight. Lest you doubt, my skill is likened to that of the Dragon's Bane, the legendary Chakazo herself. I'm not familiar with the name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out on an escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials, and asked I send any prospective protectors their way should I happen to enlist any. Yeah, I don't know how prepared I am to do grindy stuff, but I figured that, like, I was talking to Trinity a little bit about the relics, and pretty much the only reason why anybody would do, like, the ARR relic or the Stormblood relic or some of that stuff is for the cosmetics. But Shadowbringer's relic should be able to carry you through a surprising amount of Endwalker MSQ as well. Heavensward relics are absolute banger weapon designs. What? They already set off? Is our duty not to escort them? There's to be a ritual dance performed at Kajaja's footsteps. They need incense, and costumes for the dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste. And, these artisans you speak of, do they also include Matanga in their number? It was an Arcasadora who submitted the request. I hope that won't be a problem? Oh, not at all. I look forward to fainting at the feet of my most feared enemy. Ahty, I cannot do this alone. Pray lend me the strength of the victor of the Nadam, and half the reward for this task will be yours. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave Yedlamad to the west, and you should soon come across your employer. Then that is where we shall meet. You will find me there, yes? Cronus, and its Lux variant, is the closest we get to Guts' Dragon Slayer in Final Fantasy. Interesting. And the Astrologian relic is literally just a sun. Interesting. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, that didn't take long at all. Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes? Glad to have such courageous, is your companion not well? She seems a touch shaky. Of course. I should have thought of it before. I shall harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisan stays here. That way I have no need to fear him, or being harmed. Perfect. Twilight over Thanalan playing, why do you do this game? I must say, this is less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds, and I wanted someone to roam around and ensure they were safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened of the Arcasadora? I have met such travelers before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the area as I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting. Alright. Here we go. And that's how we do that. You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task that I failed to notice the ground was shaking at their approach. Still, my injuries are light and my satchel is full. Thanks to you, I think I can make it to town in time to meet with the others. I am absolutely not touching a Eureka. Did you slay the beast? That was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second? And knowing a Matanga stood at my back, my mind froze and my body refused to obey. Grandmother taught that we should let fear wash over us like water. But to my shame, I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Ahty, but why did you follow me? We were on patrol? We were to patrol? Forgive me, I should have waited for orders, instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure that the wounded man reached safety. Interesting. I figured we would be doing more of a patrol than that. You could tell me that it's a guaranteed dodo mount drop and I still wouldn't touch it. I'm assuming that it's that much of a pain in the ass. Oops. That was a chunky chocobo. I haven't seen one of those in a while. My colleague told me of his rescue. Although we had hoped for an escort from the start, imagine if you hadn't come at all. I've sent him and the others back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As for your payment, you can collect from Kankana. Right. I suppose we report to Kankana then. And I'm only getting half of this reward? I kind of feel like she's a bit useless. I mean, I get the fear and all, but, like... Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction with your work, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the recent chaos, the upcoming ritual was hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when times are hard, the people of Thavnair rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an artisan would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please, accept your payment, half each, as agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I may have something for you, if so. I'm kind of wondering if I should do the further work, but I guess I could do that. Ah, looks to be like it's a quest chain or something like that. Ready to tackle another job then? This one was registered by a local fisherman, asking for help with marauding monsters. Ordinarily, the Radiant Host keeps the worst of the wildlife in check, but these days, there just haven't been enough blades to spare. You'll want to speak with the fisherman himself for the details. I couldn't ready the scrawl he left for a name, but he's an Arcasadora, and should be found fishing the waters from the western shore. Wait, another Matanga? Ahty, you could always use more coin, yes? Because I could certainly benefit from your wise and experienced company. A fine pair of hunters we shall make. Come, let us speak with this Arcasadora fisherman. Ahty, you could always use more coin, yes? Flash's butt coin trove. Flash it or mooning it?
What Ahty doing?
We're hunting down another elephant person, this time a fisherman. Dot dot dot. Yes? Come to take care of the monsters, have you? About damn time. We're fine when we're out on the water, of course, but even a fisher needs to walk on land every now and then, and the trails grow more perilous by the day. I've managed to sneak through without a scratch so far, but friends of mine haven't been so fortunate. Talk to the others around here, they'll tell you. I might need your help with that, Ahty. Speaking with the Arcasadora is challenging for me. Should we do this together then? Yes, fine. Good idea. All right. Character design is important. Remember that. Okay. You want to hear about monsters? I saw 3 big brutes on my way from Ahty to Yedlamad. Never seen the like around these parts before. You want a story? When I left Ahty the other day, I almost walked straight into a fiend with a tongue as long as my arm. Barely escaped being gobbled up on the spot. Pedro, thank you. Welcome back. Attacked by wildlife? Oh yes. While I was hauling a catch back to town, dropped the lot and fled for my life. The roads used to be safe enough, but now? So do you understand now why we had to send for help? I need to find more pieces of earrings and rings. I do too, actually.
It's me, Austin!
Ah, Ryu, welcome! I understand that you have a problem with long-tongued brutes terrorizing your roads? Those creatures are what we call Pasaka. Without the army sending out regular patrols, it seems the inland monsters have begun expanding their territories. Hi, Austin. They've forgotten their fear of us, and that's when people started dying. I need you to remind them. Once you've found and slain these overly bold Pasaka, I asked you bring me one of their carcasses. There's something I've been curious about. Perfect timing for a rather somber scene, indeed. I was deep into making furry mecha in Mass Builder and didn't even notice you went live. No worries, Ryu. Heck, if you were really like into what you were doing and vibing with it, I mean it's totally fine. Very well. Let us make of this a contest, shall we? The first to topple a Pasaka is the victor. Never seen anyone so eager to throw herself headlong into a Pasaka's jaws. Shouldn't you be chasing after her? Oh, it's a giant pangolin, essentially. Ha! First kill is mine. Grandmother always said the hunter should be swift, like a diving mule. Would you mind tracking down the other two? Once they saw what I did to their friend, they fled to the northwest. I can haul this lump back to the beach while you finish the hunt. You would be alone with the Arcasadora. Pah! My fear of Matanga has begun to ebb, somewhat. Now go, before some poor soul crosses paths with those monsters. What do you think of the artwork I was working on? I'm kinda slow compared to Attack. But what I'm doing is a commission that I postponed due to being infected with COVID. Ah, okay. I would actually have to take probably like a little bit more of a look at it. Because the slice that I saw, you were really zoomed in, and I didn't get to didn't get to take a peek at the full thing. I posted some earlier builds in the general gaming of Ahty's Discord, though I'm probably about to dump some more in the screenshots channel. That's fair. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, this just looks like a giant pangolin. At least from the back here, but I think that the front of it is a whole lot less cute than an actual pangolin. Tomorrow you can ask, I'll continue it. Awesome. Sweet. Nope, there's the destination. The telltale purple smoke. Oh wow, yeah, they're a lot nastier looking than actual pangolin. Alrighty, there we go. I'll do an earlier stream featuring another special wedding that I was invited in Final Fantasy XIV. After the stream, I'll be doing another one that will be fully focused on the artwork I'm trying to finish. Okay, that sounds fun. Ah, there you are. Your friend is stronger than she looks. We had to load the carcass onto a boat and carry it away. What of the Pasaka's packmates? Did you find them? Both slain, then. That is good. Of course she slew them. Songs of Ahty's deeds are sung across the steppe. My aching arms would like to know why you wanted the remains, though. Why else? To make use of its parts. The scales can be spun into silver, and the meat will fill our pots. The bones and teeth we can craft into hooks and other tools. We will kill nothing for the sake of killing, even murderous monsters. The 2 bodies you left behind will serve as a warning to the others of their kind. If it keeps them away, then no more blood need be shed. Oh, it is fun. I may stream games, but I do 3D animations and digital artworks with the use of my PC mouse. Oh, that's cool. Dang. I'd like to see some of that too. Oh, so that's why you've been avoiding my gaze. If your only experience with Matanga has been our brutal cousins, then you'll find the Arcasadora an agreeable lot by comparison. Might even make a few friends, eh? Here's your payment, and well earned, I'd say. Another job finished. We should report to Kenkana that she might strike it from her list. Let me know when you are done basking in the success of our successful hunt, and we can return to Yedlamad. Getting there, almost level 83. Ready then? I've been counting the contents of my coin purse. I have enough to buy passage on a ship, but as for food and other supplies, well, I would feel more comfortable with the pay from one more job, weighing down on my belt. Can you see me through for just one more, yes? At the very least, let us make our report to Kenkana and ask what else she has to offer. Come, show me how fleet of foot you are, champion. It's interesting that this is a throwback to Stormblood. The Azim Steppe is where a lot of Ori folks are from, and it was like a predominantly Aura kind of area, and it was really pretty. And the whole storyline was actually pretty heckin' awesome. I really enjoyed it a lot. And I'm talking about it like it was the ancient past. It was like a month or 2 ago. Well, I got some good news then. Tomorrow will be 3 streams. The first is the wedding. The second is the artwork. Grade Tree, thank you so much for the follow. Heck, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. I'll do the 3D animation with Miku Miku Dance program, the program that made me gain over 18,880 subscribers on YouTube. Interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested to see that. So, full fun day. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Ahty, safely back from your work on the shore, I see. But where is Ogul? My coin purse! She get robbed? Some slippery son of a Zo snatched it from me, brazen as you please. I lost sight of him in the market, along with all my worldly wealth. How am I to pay for lodgings, or food? Already my belly cries in protest. Oh, you poor thing. And after all the good work you've done for us, you will stay with me tonight, I insist. You would take me in? I saw that. You looked me right in the eye. Finally warming up to us Arcasadora, are you? I can barely see you through my tears, but yes, maybe now I can stand to be in the same room as a Matanga. Some of them, anyway. I'm glad to hear it. Here, I'll lend you a few coins as well. We can't have you running around without a guild to your name. The wedding starts at 1 p.m., then I'll get a bit of a rest for 2 hours, more or less. After that, I'll spend 3 hours on the artwork, and the rest of the hours will be for 3D animation. Awesome! In fact, why don't we head to my house now, and we can fill that complaining belly of yours. You're more than welcome to join us, Ahty. This is kind of an interesting storyline. What the heck is going on over here? Let's see. Where are we going? There's Kankana. Oh, Ahty, something terrible has happened. Well, I must go to sleep. I got a full day of streaming ahead, and I can't allow it to go away without my planning done. Alrighty, Pedro. Thank you so much for coming by today. And I'm so glad you got your stream working and got that figured out. And I will see you tomorrow. I've been robbed. We saw a boy jumping out the window as we approached, and when I looked inside, all my belongings had been turned inside out. Ogul set off in pursuit of the thief, but hasn't returned. Do you think you could catch up with her to see if everything's alright? I'll lock up here, and you can meet me back at my offices when you've found her. Ah, there's Ogul right there. Dung! I lost him again. I swear, it was that same Huron boy who made off with my coin purse. His size, his clothing, it all matches. I was willing to cut my losses and earn more gil, but this insult to my host, it will not stand. Grandmother always said to repay one's favors, and by the Dusk Mother, I mean to do just that. Will you help me find justice for Kankana? Then we start by asking around for more information. I have a feeling we are not the only ones who have fallen afoul of this thieving urchin. Ah, Mr. Fox, welcome. Thank you for coming by. Today's going pretty well. Pretty well so far. Pretty lazy. But, you know, that's just how the weekend do. Bust my butt all week. Yeah, I earned a lazy day. Thank you very much. But tomorrow I'm gonna do some cleaning. I'm gonna do some more shopping for mics, for microphones, and then I'm going to actually send out emails / messages to the artists that I want to commission for emotes. I have a lot of emote work that I need done. Because we got, I don't know if you were in the stream earlier, Mr. Fox, but we got approved for follower emotes. We've got 5 regular emotes. We've got 4 animated emotes. And I think I told you about the follower emotes. But yeah, we've got so many emote slots now that I need to start getting them filled. I've been on the same set of emotes for quite a while, and I need to add to them. Got my nose deep into Minecraft at the moment. I forget, Mr. Fox, are you on Lustcraft? Are you on our Lustcraft server? It was a pain in the butt because the streams were going great until Streamlabs went nuts. I had to uninstall and use OBS Studio. Well, good night, Ahty. Thanks for allowing me to meet Attack and had a great time with you and her and the people there. It was really fun. Yeah, so Attack Rack, her actual name is Sky. So, like, lots of people call her Sky all the time. It's SKY. But yeah, she's super fun. And, gosh, I mean, I can't believe how much she's grown in the past year as far as her channel goes. But yeah, I commission her a lot for different pieces of art. She's one of my favorite artists, and just her overall character and demeanor, and just she's just super cool. And I have no problem tossing a bunch of money at her. Ah, Karoja! Karoja, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Heckin' good bean. How are you tonight? How was Final Fantasy? How was heckin' Final Fantasy? Ooh, that's a Destiny clip.
Yeah, it's even worse when somebody's got a gun running, waiting on this.
Which gun is that? Nice. That's a hella old ass clip. That's like 3 channel redesigns ago. Mr. Fox, I think if you it's a whitelisted server for Lustcraft regulars. So yeah, I mean, if you wanted into that server, I mean, it literally just got a reroll like I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. That's like 3 channel redesigns ago. That would have been a pulse rifle from the Garden of Salvation raid. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't recognize it. Interesting. That's cool. Karoja resub. Thank you so much for the resub, Karoja. Holy heck, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's amazing. I would be extremely shy if you would commission me, Ahty. That would make me hide in my hoodie. Well, you never know, Pedro. I might. Yeah, Karoja, I mean, I think we've talked about this a few times before. I would love to start to play Destiny again. Like this morning, Arctic Deathwater was playing Destiny. Like this morning, and like I was watching for a bit, and it made me so sad because it's a fantastic game, but just what Bungie is doing with it, it just sucks. Game was fun tonight. Heavy things happened. Enjoyable. Oh, that's good. It's like, yeah, I'd like to feel like playing it again, but like you said, it sucks. Yeah. I mean, there are parts of me that are getting excited about Witch Queen. And I'm just like, why are parts of me getting excited for Witch Queen? I'm not going to buy it. Ah, Zuni! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I hope your night is going well. And welcome to the Trash Fire. Maybe I should rename this place something other than Trash Fire. I didn't know you streamed. What? Hi, I stream. Do I... Your name is vaguely familiar. Oh! Oh, okay, okay. I was like, where do I know you from? Like, I'm looking at your name, and it's totally familiar, but, like... I think my head might still be filled with soggy oatmeal from yesterday. So, I apologize. But thank you so much for your follow, Zuni. And Arctic Deathwater, welcome! You know, Arctic, we were just talking about you. I was just talking to Kuroja about you. Also, I see you're a Second Life player. I am. Good night, Pedro. Thank you for coming by. I used to use Luskwood avatars. Yeah. I used to also. And I still do on occasion. But I mean, I ended up supporting the community in other ways. So I'm there a lot. I'm on the event staff there, and I also help out with modding duties on the platform as well. But yeah, I've been part of the folks at Luskwood for, gosh, the better part of my Second Life was 15 years, I think. 15, 16 years. Gosh, I've been on there too long. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've made so many friends in Second Life, and especially through Luskwood. You know, and I mean, even if Second Life went away today, I would still be in contact and be friends with those people. I was on Teen Grid when it existed. Interesting. Gosh, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where I would be right now without SL. So many good people there. So many heckin' good people. Yep, same. Same, Zuni. I think Mr. Fox was also. The swifter we act, the better our chances, yes? I say we split up, gather what clues we can, then meet back at Ken Kana's offices. Okay. Ahty's Ringtail Haven. Yeah, we could do that. See, the reason why I said trash fire, I called it a trash fire before, was, you know, ringtail cats are also trash pandas, so to speak. Ooh. Who's this? Who dis? What is going on here? What is this? What is this? Tozu, what did you just give me? Tozu, what? Tozu, what did you just give me? What was that? Try it out. Okay. Oh, heck. Tozu, did you craft this for me? Oh, that's heckin' awesome. That is heckin' awesome. That is sexy as hell. I'm gonna glamour my bow right now with that. If I could only remember what it was called. Seryu's Sanctified Greatbow. Oh my god, it's huge. Holy heck. That is... okay, that is amazing. Thank you so much, Tozu. Holy crap. Thank you. That's what she said. Hobo! Oh my god. It's like you plucked that right out of my brain and said it. Let's see. What's the keystroke for draw weapon? Oh, it's Z. Okay. See, there's people who are more expert than I am. Dang, that is awesome. That is heckin' sweet. Thank you, Tozu. Oof. Alright, now I'm searching. Searching for... I need to speak to locals. Now that's a warrior of light weapon. Yep. There was another robbery? I wonder if it's the same boy I found in my house the other day. He yelled that he was sorry, and when I saw the desperation on his face, I didn't have the heart to chase after him. Oh, that's interesting. I think we're about to learn something here. You know, something tells me that as if there wasn't enough, like, you know, lights and lasers and stuff, like, shooting around when I'm at the end of a duty, there's nothing like a bow to just make even more of it. That's awesome.
What Ahty doing?
Hiya, Tuz. Welcome. This is second-hand information, mind you, but I hear that the thief you're looking for is barely more than a child. It's sad, isn't it? How terrible things have become that a young boy is forced into a life of crime just to survive. Yeah. Am sleepy and will go to bed. Ahty, good bean. Thank you, Tuz. And I hope you sleep well. Yeah, I think you know, like we were talking before, I think that maybe a community rename is in order. Like why I was explaining before where Trash Fire came from. So basically, like, ringtail cats are very, very close in species to raccoons. They're kind of the same family of animal. And they are trash pandas also. Like, you know, you'll find them in trash bins and stuff like that all the time. They're very opportunistic and nocturnal animals, although not as social as raccoons are. Actually, they're not social at all. They're primarily solitary, at least when they're adults. So that's where part of that came from. Trash Fire being more of a kind of a sarcastic way of looking at stuff, because I didn't know if the whole streaming thing was even going to be successful. You know? I figured that my first attempt at something like this would be kind of a mess. You know? So I called it a Trash Fire. And, like, now that, you know, lots of folks come by and stick around and come by night after night after night, you know, I would consider that, you know, successful. You know, I had a goal in mind and I achieved it, and in no small part, and mainly all of that is because folks decide to come by. Oh my gosh! Tim, thank you so much for the raid! Heck!
Get in with this weapon, which already makes it a slightly more efficient. Don't die. That was 2 feints in a row.
Is this Monster Hunter? This clip? It looks like it. Awesome. Neat.
They're gonna ambush? Yep.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Dang. Funny coincidence because I was just playing Rise. Nice! How is Rise, by the way? It actually looks really good. I've been really curious about it. But heck, I mean, like, how was your stream tonight? PC port is definitely worth it. Okay. I mean, if you're giving it a big thumbs up, then that's just about selling it for me. Made a lot of progress. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tim, so much for the raid. It's so kind of you. So yeah, I mean, if any of the folks in the stream right now aren't following Tim or Karoja, both of them are amazingly cool beans who play lots of interesting games and are just super great people all around. I mean, Y'all should definitely be following them. If you're not, then there's just something wrong with the world, in my opinion. Alright. What was that all about? Ramia? Ah! Ramia! Thank you so much for the raid! Holy heck! Ramia! And there's another good bean that you should absolutely be following. Heck! Thank you so much, Ramia, for the raid. Oh wow, inscription clip.
Oh no, Van Rust blew up the explode bot. My injuries are severe. I shall retire for now. Grim Bounty achievement unlocked.
Look at that cute blip. Oh, I see a Yami's in that clip too. Cute. Heck. Thank you so much for the raid, Ramia. How was Dungeons and Dragons tonight? It was spooky. That sounds interesting. Hiya, Cinnamon. Welcome. This Ahty is fine. Holy heck, y'all. And yeah, Paula, so many raids. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And honestly, like, I can't say enough good things about Ramia. Like, Ramia, I met when I was looking for folks to raid through Furry United Network. And it was like, it was pretty much just before I put my application in for storytellers. But like, it was one of those things where I was noticing that, like, you know, anybody that I was popping in their stream and then like ending up liking them enough to follow them, I noticed that they were part of storytellers. And storytellers was like more and more of a theme for people that I was oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, so Crystal Dragon 56, thank you so much for the follow. And Zuni Asana, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. You have no idea what that means to me. And like, all the support that I've gotten has just been crazy. It's just been nuts. Thank you so much. But yeah, like, it just seemed to be a recurring theme over and over and over again. Storytellers, storytellers, storytellers. And then Ramia was part of storytellers. So I was like, wow, okay. So I put my app in, and then I watched a heck of a lot more of Ramia. And then Ramia's just so heckin' good. I mean, y'all should definitely stream. I mean, like, the thing that definitely follow, because Ramia plays a bunch of stuff that you wouldn't otherwise normally see other streamers stream. You know, you saw Inscription on the clip, but there's just tons of other stuff. So please just give them a follow. I'm gonna gush in a second, so yeah, I have to let's get more done here. Alright, so I need to find, I think, one more local to talk to. Maybe somebody over here? No. Just in case, I'm gonna look in this building too. Nope, I can't. Okay. So welcome all the raiders that came in on raids recently. My name is I just noticed that I forgot to introduce myself a bit. So my name is Ahty. I'm a transferee gamer from Oregon. I play mostly RPG games, stuff with story. You know, the longer the better for me, honestly, because I really get into the lore and a lot of the finer details of these types of games. So if that seems your jam, please feel free to follow. The community that we are is pretty chill. We talk about like a lot of different things, a lot of variety, different stuff. We're very chat oriented. So basically, like, you know, if somebody's having like, you know, a great day, or like they want to talk to us about stuff that really has nothing to do with gaming at all, it's perfectly welcome. You know, sometimes serious stuff gets talked about, and that's completely fine too. This is not one of your everyday, run-of-the-mill, quote-unquote, good vibes only streams. You know, we try to be realistic, because, you know, I'd like to think that everybody who's in the stream is a friend and a buddy. Like, and just, you know, we can just talk about whatever we want. You know, provided it's within the TOS, of course. But still. So, if that seems like your thing, feel free to follow, or if you want to join our Discord, we have a Discord. If you want to check out some of our past VODs, I keep all the raw ones on YouTube, as well as some clips and highlights, if you'd like to check that out. So, I have simply never had a bad day, a bad poker face. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, if you have a bad day, you're more than welcome to chat about it here. You know? It's just one of those things where, like, I really want this place to be, you know, friendly to folks who want to chat about stuff, and a friendly, just chill place for LGBTQ folks to hang out and just chill without judgment. So, let's find this person we're after. On a more serious note, I've had a lovely day today, incidentally. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Because, Plants Guy, you definitely deserve some good days. I mean, everybody here does. I'm outside the orange circle, so I need to get back in it. There we go. I'm fully prepared to find the person I'm looking for to be on the fringe of this circle. So it's okay if I wear my fez? Well, I mean, sure. If you would like to wear a fez, you are absolutely welcome to. Let's see. We all need to do Shadowbringer EX trials so we can make you this one. Ooh, that's a pretty bow, too. Heck. That's pretty. Gosh, where is this person? I've already been around that building more than once. And they allow that picture on stream? What picture? What? Is it this one? Oh, you mean me in my underwear? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not underwear. In Final Fantasy, they are called small clothes. I am in love. Surely you jest. Blushes. Small clothes are for lalas. It'd be fun to do cross data center stuff, yeah. There we go. There's Cairo. Cairo, if you're, Ryu, if you're in the stream right now, how long did it take you to get through the queue? Was the queue short for you? Almost instant, yeah. Same. So the queue for me, my queue number today was 36, which is better than my 44 from yesterday. I've been catching up the side quest to you. Oh, okay. All queues are less than 50-ish across multiple servers. I world visited all on our data center. Interesting. I wonder what changed. It was like almost an overnight thing. Did they just add a bunch of worlds or something like that? Or just add a bunch of infrastructure that they didn't tell us about? Or did they tell us and I just missed it? It was a Thanos snap. Okay, I get it. Hey, is there a turtle in that place just outside of Idleshire? A turtle in that place. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to Idleshire, so I don't know. I guess I'll check in here, because I'm... Nope, I can't check in there. I am just straight up missing something. Yeah, southwest of Dravanian Forelands has a special fate that drops a title. Interesting. I want to try for level checker at some point. Yeah, I'm just not having any luck finding this person. Except they're right here. God, I'm a butthead. The recent rash of pickpocketing? Oh yes. I have heard several stories. They say it's likely the work of the same criminal. Tozu, this bow is beautiful. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. Well, champion, what have we discovered? So, our tale was a familiar one, and what I heard from the local children was even more disturbing. They tell me a man, a stranger, approached them with the promise of work and easy coin. I have no proof this offer is connected with the secret robberies, but it does seem suspicious. Linked you in Discord your relic from Heavensward. I can help you grind that one. You will love it. Interesting. I'm just going to take a quick peek. Holy crap, that thing's nuts. That is nuts. Here, I'm going to link it real quick here. Check that thing out, y'all. Holy heck. And if this stranger truly is recruiting young ones to steal for him, then he's the one I would punish for these crimes. We just need to find him first. Radzat closing its gates left many struggling to make a living, and the appearance of that ghastly tower sparked a chain of events that still has the Radiant host spread too thin on too many fronts. Under the circumstances, a rise in crime is to be expected. We are fortunate, then, to have the two of you here to act on behalf of our lawkeepers. So please, accept this as payment. We cannot expect you to work on an empty stomach. Here is my Paladin's Lux weapon to give you an idea of the glowy effect. Ah, that's cool. Dang. Didn't the guitar player for Slayer play one of those? Didn't you hear? God listens to Slayer. Alright, I'm gonna hydrate real quick. Okay, perfect. A new hunt begins. Come, we must track down the one behind all this. But we're still not sure if this stranger is actually involved in the robberies, let alone where to start looking for him. There's a simple way to find out. We lure our boy thief into stealing from me again. If what we suspect is true, then he will likely take any ill-gotten gains directly to his patron. So I will play the part of an unguarded traveler, flaunting a heavy purse or some such. Ahty, will you keep watch for the little pickpocket and be ready to follow him when he makes his move? Should he lead you to some shadowy figure, then I want you to herd them both to the west. I will circle around and be lying in wait to spring an ambush. That's really quite clever. Ogul, I'm impressed. Grandmother always said, if you want to catch the big fish, don't spare the bait. The same idea applies to slippery criminals. Right then, let us take our places in the town square and lay the trap for our quarry. I will try to make the lure something obvious, so you can see it being stolen from afar. I wonder where this is going. Ooh, look at that thing. Let's go. Follow your quarry from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed, or if you fall too far behind. Should you fail, return to the starting point to reattempt the objective. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Interesting. The boy thief has led you to a suspicious-looking Arcasadara man. Your Zodiac weapon looks amazing too, but F the book part of the relic. Okay. Oh, you're a proper little scoundrel, aren't you? Nice work. I'll fence the rest of the goods, and you'll get your cut. Oh, you're not gonna do a damn thing. God's damn it, Rashir. I told you to check there for tales. You want your family to learn of our arrangement? Now run! The robbers have fled westwards. Chase after them. This is turning into an interesting little quest line. It's 9 books that each make you do 9 different things, each of them very obscure and take quite a bit of time. It sounds like a legendary, some of the legendary grindy weapon things from Guild Wars 2. I only did one of those. My apologies, Ahty. I intended to circle around as planned, but when I heard how he yelled at the child, my rage could not be contained. Grandmother always said, "Those who prey on the weak are undeserving of mercy," so I beat him senseless. Ah, I see. Relics are your legendary weapons in 14. Fool of a Matanga. When he awakes, he will find himself in the custody of the Radiant Host. Miss, I'm sorry you got hurt because of me, and I'm sorry for taking your belongings. Apology accepted, young one. It is a brave thing to admit when you are wrong. Help me explain the situation to your lawkeepers, and we can steer you back onto the right path. If you say so, miss. I will cart this refuse to the nearest guardhouse. Pray inform Kenkana of our success. Interesting. Okay. Always packed with a good storyline, too. So here's the thing, like a lot of the little grindy bits for Final Fantasy XIV, I'm not altogether certain that those types of things that I would want to stream. That's what I'm kind of struggling with. Because I'm sure people wouldn't actually like want to pop into the stream and watch me grind out some weird thing, you know? Yeah, nah, not stream, but do it off stream. Okay, that's fair. Ogul, is everything all right? Ahty told me what happened. All is well. They began interrogating the man before I left, and he was blubbering about where he stashed the stolen goods. The soldiers plan to recover the cash and return the items to their rightful owners. Ahty, you realize that some people come here just to chat with you? I know some people do. I mean, and that's fine. I love that stuff. I love chatting. But, like, I also don't want to bore people to death with, like, you know, killing 10 obscure magic pigs or something like that. You know what I'm getting at. It's quite nice using a glamour from a weapon that you worked your ass off to get and use in epic cutscenes. Yep. Yep, I know that. Heckin' know that. The thing is sometimes, like, you know, if you work so hard for one specific thing in a game, you end up just getting burnt out. You know, and that's... I really don't want to do that. So, and I also don't want to bore people to tears. So, it might be something that I pick away at very slowly, like every now and then. Praise be to the sisters. There were certain personal articles, things very dear to me, that I thought lost forever. As long as you do it in your underwear, we will watch. For you, hobo, absolutely. We could look at it another time. Alright, that's fair. I have ADHD, and I made it through. I'm sure you'll be fine. You know, honestly, I probably have the same thing too. It would not surprise me. I get hyper fixated on some things. Oh, I should also mention Rashir, our boy thief. It seems his parents were out of work and begging for scraps. His were crimes of necessity, and after seeing the considerable remorse he showed for his actions, I decided to let him keep the coin he took from me, as well as my share of the reward from the Radiant Host. As grandmother always said, children are the greatest treasure of all. I can hardly let him and his family starve now, can't I? How will you pay for passage now? I can earn it back easily enough, and since I have tamed my fear of the Arcasadara, there's no need to rush. I will take my time and explore all the wonders this island has to offer. Thank you, Ahty, for staying for staying at my side this long, but I think I continue on alone. Speaking of which, Kankana, have you any new tasks available? Oh, my dear Ogul, I have the perfect job for you. I actually have business with the employer myself, so we can head off together if you like. There you go, Ahty. I hadn't forgotten your half of the reward. May your adventures be many and your hunts successful. Yeah, grade tree. Yes. Yeah, there are always just little tidbits here and there. They're very subtle. The story and all the side quests and all that stuff are peppered with like little funny things and throwbacks to other stuff that don't have anything to do with the game at all, and it's cool and interesting. They pepper the lines in the game just enough to assault your humor. Tozu. I see what you did there. And I see someone's waiting for me at the MSQ spot. And it is Cairo. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna do it. You do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. All right. Oh, by the way, Ahty, did you hear about the criminal loose in our town? Giving drugs to birds? According to reports, he left no turn unstoned. That was really good, actually. I have to admit. That was really good. Alright, I'm actually going to hang out until Ryu gets back, because I was just... Ryu is away at the moment getting a drink, and they are back. I see where we're supposed to go. Whoop. Did I tell you about that one time I went to camp? It was intense. Ugh. You do not see Matsuya here from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice. It came from the north. We have to help Elephant Person. Oh, here we go. They're trying to kidnap Matsuya. We can't have that. There we go. Gonna grab another glass of water, and then it's off to bed for this old fox. Aww. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. you and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard about the Arcasadara were being targeted. Surely you have as well? Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean all we have. And Tozu, thank you so much for coming by the stream tonight. And thank you so much for my new bow. I really appreciate it. I mean, I don't know how to repay you. But I will give you a new badge too. How's that? Ah, Yami! Pets.
What Ahty doing?
We are talking to an elephant person. A question, if I may. "'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings?" "Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities." Ooh, that's not good. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities. In the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. I have been hydrating regularly. Thank you very much for asking, Ayami. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we will learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? Must be that he never forgets. You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing people, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge, and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay visit to Achiali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So 'tis the simulacra of Thavnairian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Like as not, as you said, we'd do better to study their religious traditions. To Achiali. Okay then. Oh, there's so much color here. Dang. It's so pretty. Ah, here's Matsya. Welcome to Akyali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that, so please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and Old Hasveda. They're free at the moment, as it happens. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusya, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Interesting. Okay. Here's Hasveda. Interested in learning about our guards, you say? Ha! That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears, then, and listen. In ancient times, the Manusya, and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of Manusya, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusya have worn animal faces and the Murga the limbs of men. Limbs of men and animal faces. Does it remind you of anything? It honestly sounds like they're describing furries. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. So the folks down here on the beach worship furries. They have furry gods. And coming to that realization, Ryu promptly dies. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. We have met our gods and they are us. Yeah, there's that. Apologies for the wait. I wished to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are Manusya, You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Cinderuva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandaruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts, and so is beloved by the weavers. Many gods were animals in nature, so this is likely natural progression. Yeah, definitely seems like it. If you played Final Fantasy IV, these look familiar. Have you ever played another Final Fantasy game, like FF10? See, I played Final Fantasy VI, which is, I think, Final Fantasy II in the US. I played the original Final Fantasy on NES. Much of the later ones I have not played too much. Oh, Final Fantasy VI is Final Fantasy III in the US. Okay, got it. Final Fantasy IV is... Okay, got it, got it. So that's the one with Cecil, the Dark Knight. Ah, yes, okay. Yes, I did play that a very, very long time ago. Super heckin' long ago. Final Fantasy 2 and 3 never got a US release until PlayStation. Okay. But speaking of, I do want to actually expand Final Fantasy a little bit with games that we're going to be playing on stream. Recently I got Final Fantasy 15 on a Steam sale, so that's on the schedule. But I do want to play some of the other Final Fantasy titles too. Final Fantasy 2 was deemed too hard with its hidden XP stat progression. And Final Fantasy 3's job system was seen as being too strange. That's interesting. Final Fantasy Legend 3. I have never even heard of that. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. Cinnamon, honestly, no worries. No worries at all. I mean, I love the Final Fantasy series, even though I've really played very little of these games. You know, there's so many different titles, and each one is different from the last, and it's really interesting. I mean, like, The Legend of Zelda is great, you know, a Nintendo IP, but the thing is, though, I mean, like, each game is similar. Very similar. With Final Fantasy, it's like each game takes place in, like, a different world, you know? It looks different. Sometimes the mechanics are similar to the last game. Sometimes they're totally different. You know, and then it's that variety over that huge amount of different titles, which I find super interesting. And the Final Fantasy series games I've always held in high regard. Love them. Came out in '93, Game Boy, back when Sunsoft existed. Final Fantasy Legend, okay, right. Now it's starting to come back to me. Like the Game Boy Final Fantasy games. I get it. God, that's conjuring some old knowledge. Final Fantasy VI is kind of a heartfelt story for me. Yeah. The entire thing is about dealing with loss and defeat. Yeah. Final Fantasy Legend 3 has a cool concept where monsters can drop parts that your party members can eat and transform into various monsters. Oh yeah, that's right. I think the Legends series were Saga games. Never could get into the game series, especially since the only one I ever played was Final Fantasy 13. Okay. I'm trying to remember parts of Final Fantasy 13. I played Final Fantasy 11, like the first MMO. And I played a little bit of it. And I found it interesting, but like I couldn't get it super into it. Not like I'm into Final Fantasy 14 now. Not true Final Fantasy games, but rather spin-offs on their Saga system. Yo, they played Dion's theme at the Tokyo Olympics? What? Which carried off of the progression system of Final Fantasy II. Interesting. See, I learn new stuff about Final Fantasy, I swear, like every day now. I mark Final Fantasy VII as the start of a decline, though, which makes me sad. See, I think Final Fantasy VII for me was kind of a different sort of storytelling that got me really interested. I mean, it was a Final Fantasy... It was, I think, the first Final Fantasy game that I played that really, it held my attention. Like, it was designed to tell this epic, overarching story that really tugged at your heartstrings. And I think it was really good at that specifically. And Cinnamon, I actually... You know, I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, I'm not going to get angry about it, but, like, I agree with that. But I can also see why people would call it cyberpunk also. Because I think people calling it cyberpunk may not be aware of ecopunk stuff, which I'm not altogether certain what ecopunk is, but I'm kind of, like, extrapolating and kind of estimating what it would be. Yeah, and what Ryu said. So, like, basically to build upon what Ryu said about the Re thing, is that it's a lot of folks, including myself, kind of I'm trying to put this delicately. It's considered an ableist term, and it's kind of demeaning to folks. So it's that kind of thing that we'd rather not come up. Like there are different terms for that we can use to express like our anger, I guess. So let's see. I mean, we don't mean to put you on the spot about it, but we would appreciate if that term wasn't used. That destroyed the Game Boy MIDI chip. It's so impressive nearly 30 years later. They call it cyberpunk because of the concept of a continent-spanning megacity and the existence of high technology. Yeah. In like fashion to the minutiae, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murgra, if I may ask? The Murgra hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arkrasadara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It's said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radzat-Han, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that, if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called Great Work, further north along the coast. Ah, ding! Sweet. Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Aw, somebody has a crush. So how's everybody doing? You still, y'all still with me still? Alright, where are we off to? The Great Work, okay. Hey! Perfect. So let's see, where am I going? So smitten, indeed. There's a big wall there, so I think we're going to be heading towards this sideways crystal thing. Sort of. Oh, is it right near that tower? Yep, I think that's where we're going. We might need to go around. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be the entrance right there. Excuse me, what? Why is everyone dead? Found you a neat glamour collection to go with your bow. What? It's nap hour, what? If there was a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? What in the world? We need to farm a few dungeons off stream, but yeah, it looks as... Ooh, I like that. I like the sounds of that. Someone cut the cheese, perhaps? Yeah, probably. Yikes. Gasodora Alchemist. Linked it in Discord, it has pictures.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Check out the eyes on your fellow Aura.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long
Oh.
days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
Oh. Allegan royalty, perhaps? Interesting.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
What? What is going on here?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Wait, who are you people? Are they part fish? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
Okay, I think that's what his concern was.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Now, see here.
Uh-oh.
Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
What?
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
And rip Estinian.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Cryle. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results.
Alright, give me just 1 sec. Alright. Hey, Kryuki! It's been a while. Hope you're well. Welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
I'm still curious about the boy and and those red eyes. I wonder if that has anything to do with the Alligans. As fine as always. Thanks for asking. Awesome. It's good to see you. Oh yes, I have to touch the crystal. I have to rub the crystal. There we go. Alright, so... what do we have around here? Okay, so it's only the MSQ that we have around here. Got it. Can we just get Graha as a minion? Well, I have a wind-up Graha. Even though how I got it pretty much made me cry. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Did you finally started Endwalker, like on the title of your stream? Yes! Yep! We've been doing this for the past couple of streams now. Thank you. We've been doing it for the past couple of streams. We were tromping around Charlayan for the first bit of it, and then we finally finished Charlayan, and now we made it to Thavnair yesterday, and we've been working through Thavnair so far. Yeah, new set of clothes to go with that bow. Hope you kept your Teko and Chaka. I don't recall what those are. The Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation. Ahty is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions? Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of aether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. We can chat tomorrow. I must rest. I shall poke you tomorrow. Enjoy the bow and the game and chat, and most of all yourself. Thank you so much, Tozu. Thank you so much, and thank you for your support, and thank you for my new bow. It's amazing. Do you keep and save the same ranks and levels progress of your own character player like in the previous expansion packs? Yes. So basically the expansions and how they work is that they just further the storyline. So my character as I go through each expansion is the same. So basically, think of me walking down a street, but by the time I get to the end where the street stops, before I get to the end, basically it just continues, like it's being built as I walk in front of me. And it's really interesting how they blend the end of one expansion to the beginning of another. Same mall, new stores. Yep. Also the skill set of your... Yep, absolutely. They just, they're still there. They just kind of evolve over time. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. What exactly is it that you need me to do? Nothing complicated, I assure you. We ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you, with your permission, of course. In that case, J and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful, seeing as you all work to the point of collapse. I suspect you do with more hands. I would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessings to the proof. If you exit the great work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. All right. Also, I have another thing to ask. What are you gonna stream after you finish and end the Endwalker expansion? There's many different choices. Or many different routes we can take. I'm wondering if we should do something short as kind of a break, or if we should just dive headlong into something different. And long. So it's been kind of up in the air. So part of me was thinking I could do Mass Effect. Start the Mass Effect trilogy. Another part of me was thinking of sticking to the Final Fantasy vibe and starting Final Fantasy 15. I also have Tales of Berseria, which I think that, you know, we might continue along the fantasy theme with that, and then start Mass Effect, or I could do Nier Automata, which is kind of like the same theme-ish as Final Fantasy, but is also like an even more emotionally engaging game as far as story goes. So, yeah, we'll see. I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. Do some Nier Automata. Rather dour, though. My vote is for Nier. Well, we'll see. It's going to be a while yet. And feelings about that could always change. So stay tuned on that front. I'll when we start getting close to the end of Endwalker, I will start discussing it on Discord and on streams too. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless night, the drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Follow the drunken Deepa's lead and try not to fall behind. Readying ether, please stand back. How far back do I need to stand? You're struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Alright. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. You were struck by another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding? Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. You are struck by yet another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. You are struck by the strongest blast of ether yet, but survive completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. That was kind of neat. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower can corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink. But we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some, but with the recent spate of kidnappings, however, the Arkasudara travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. I am in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajya's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Alrighty, let's do it. Indeed. I'm really enjoying this. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Gasp, look out, Ahty! Tempered Imperials. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You are all right, I hope? Good, good. Let us continue on, then. It isn't far now, just through these pillars and up the rise. So I saw in the Final Fantasy the client screen when I was entering my password that the official soundtrack is going on sale next month on the 25th. And here we are, Katja's footsteps. Katja was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so kind as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. These Pasakas are interesting.
Yes, that would be Radzad Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
What can you tell me of the satrap?
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Han. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasotra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arca Sodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Take care, Gabe. Thanks so much for stopping in and hanging out. Heckin' good bean. I'm gonna give you a shout out. And no, I will not forget that underscore. Y'all, please follow Gabe. Gabe does lots and lots of arts, and actually made a pretty epic picture over Christmas as a present to several different folks that they hang out and streams with, and me among them. And I'm just in awe. It was such a kind gift, and I'm so appreciative. So Gabe, please. I'm so heckin' thankful for you. So yeah, please follow Gabe. Pop in those streams. Gabe is a heckin' good bean and a really cool artist. Have a good night, Gabe. Sleep well. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. let us head back to the great work, shall we? Alright, time to TP. Alright, here we are. Let me just check one thing, though, because, like, I didn't seem... Norvrant, Ilsbard, others... Okay. Far East, Garabania, Thanalan... Nope. Interesting. My little teleport thing doesn't include all of these new places. Okay, okay, we're in Ilsbard. Okay. Interesting. So many TPs. Oh gosh. Ahty, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you both are back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidhana. It would seem the stores of Giant's Gall are running low. What? Well, when last I looked, there was still plenty. Meowdy-doo. Hiya, Turbid. Welcome. Give Turbid a shout-out, too, because Turbid is a good heckin' bean, and gives me a shout-out whenever I just lurk. Which is much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Was the delay really long today? Actually, I should do this running so I can check this stream. It's not skipping now, is it?
Oh, this is
Oh my God,
embarrassing.
dog. Okay. Yeah. What would you do this? Scared me.
Welcome, Turbid. So yeah, like, Turbid plays a bunch of Pokemon, lots of really interesting games that I've never heard of. They played lots of Celeste, if you like that, like a really interesting, fast-paced kind of puzzle side-scroller, which is really interesting. Eclipse, no? What? I'm sorry. I kind of can't help it, because, like, you know, I did enable the shout-out thing with the clips. I thought it was a cool feature. Rumpley turned me onto that little tidbit, which is very cool. I like it a lot. I'm just being coy. Oh, you. But yeah, please follow Turbid. They're a good bean. I suspect that was before J told everyone about their tempering cure, and Justinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Oh, pets. There we go. Ahty, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the giant skull? In case you're not familiar, giant skull is a type of ore on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenua. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nidhana? By all means. Do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. All right. Let's do it. Oh, there are a lot of side quests here. Okay, so before progressing the MSQ any further, I think I'm gonna start picking away at these side quests. Yeah, side quest indeed. I still have to eat dinner. It might be a good opportunity to wrap up. Otherwise, I'm going to be going for a long time after this, and like I'll spend much of tomorrow sleeping, and I can't do that. So let's see, who's on that we can raid. Ragehound is still going. What are they doing right now? Let's see. They're also doing Endwalker, but they are much further ahead in Endwalker than we are. So I don't really want to spoil it for anybody in the stream. So I think somebody else. Let's see. Who we got? Minnie is playing Halo Infinite. Okay, I'm thinking about it. Let's see. I'm trying to see if like some of our friends with fewer viewers are playing something similar. My Lordric is playing Icarus. Okay, that would be similar. Let me see. Xenon Fiber is playing Kingdom Hearts, but I couldn't say that's similar. Oh, it's an RPG, sure. Okay. The only thing that worries me about Malordric is that they've been going for 11 hours. And they're BRB right now. Let's see. Let me check out Mini Celeste here. Commercials. And for Apex. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Mini Celeste actually just started not too long ago. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about? What do y'all think about visiting Mini Celeste tonight? On Kryuki's recommendation. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, let's hop on over to Mini Celeste. Great suggestion, Kryuki. Mini is a heckin' good bean. Alright, let me get it started. Alrighty. I think that is... Please stick around for the raid. I think that's going to be going to do it for me tonight. Tonight was heckin' awesome. You know, thank you for everyone who stuck around. Thank you all for the folks that... Thank you to the folks who raided. That was incredible. So many raids tonight. So much heckin' good support. Tozu giving me a brand new pretty bow. Tonight was just great. You know, and y'all are just amazing. Thank you so much for keeping me company tonight. And the next time I'm going to be streaming is tomorrow. It's going to be from at 6 p.m. PST. I'll be picking up here while we were left off. And yeah, I'm going to go get something to eat. Probably curl up in the bed and get some sleep. But yes, I will be haunting various streams tomorrow, so feel free to drop me a line. I'd love to chat. But until then, have a great night, and stay safe, folks. Alrighty, take care. Have a good night.